Good day from endingdiagonal.com, and today we are looking at the dollar franc. Now this has got to be one of the most interesting and exciting trade setups that we have for you currently. It's the kind of trade setup that occurs once in a year or once in 2 years. Will it be successful? Who knows? But the setup is almost picture perfect, and it checks or ticks several important boxes that we like to see in a trade setup. And let's start off with a weekly chart, and from the low at 70.68 cents to the high at 99.72, we have a clear 5 waves up. Since the high at 99.72, which occurred on the 23rd of July 2012, we've seen a lot of corrective price action, and price has pretty much fallen since then. And this is our labeling. We had a 3-wave setup, a 3-wave structure in A, B, C of A down to 90.23, and what followed was a triangle labeled A, B, C, D, and E, and since then we've seen a thrust from this triangle. The triangle ended, that is, wave E ended at 94.52, and we were looking for a reversal sequence after the thrust was complete. Now, what we do see on a shorter degree, we'll get into in just a little bit, but let's just see how much price action has retraced since of this entire move up to 99.78. Okay, so price has retraced exactly 38%. Now, according to us, the correction is complete at the low here. Let's just label that at 87.99, let's say 88. Okay, now let's move on to the daily charts, and this is the high here at this is the wave E complete at 94.52, and since then we have seen price falling in an ending diagonal structure. Now price has fallen in 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. In wave 1, wave 2 up here to about 92.52, wave 3 down here to 88.32, wave 4 up, and we had a final low at 88. Okay, now since this low at 88, we have seen a clear 5-wave move up. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. In 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. up to 91.56. Now since this high, we have again seen corrective price action, and this could be labeled a 1, 2, 3, or it could be labeled a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That much, this is not exactly clear at the moment. Now, but what is clear is this 5 waves up. Okay, and price has retraced a sufficient amount already from this low at 88. It's retraced 61.8%, and we are looking for a move above 91.56 at a minimum. Price could have finished its correction right here at the low at 89.39, or we could still have another low to go below 89.05. Whichever it is, price should not go lower than 88.01. Now, what we like so much about this trade setup is that we first have a triangle in wave B. Now, triangles occur usually as the penultimate move, just before the final, either the wave 5 or a wave C. So it usually occurs in B waves, or in X waves, or in fourth waves of impulsive wave structures. So we have a triangle here which portends that this corrective structure is close to complete, and since the triangle was complete, we have an even more telling wave structure that portends that this is the end of the trend, with a clear 5 wave down in an ending diagonal structure. Each of these 5 waves subdivided into 3 waves. Now, and since this particular low at 88.01, we have 5 waves up as well. Now, this trade setup was actually posted for our members when price was at about right here, which was about December, end of December 2013, and incredibly, this trade setup is still valid, and price really hasn't moved very much since the time that we posted it for our members, and we still have an excellent trade setup. We do understand and appreciate that your stop loss should go below this, and which is about 175 pips. But the setup is so good and the risk reward is so good that we have little hesitation, in fact no hesitation, in pointing out that with the risk reward, that it's a very, very good trade, even with a stop loss at over 175 pips. Price is currently at 89.77. Our targets are, well, on an initial target on a short-term basis. I would not trade this intraday because we are expecting a really, really large move, and on a short-term basis our target would be above 91.56, but on a long-term basis we are expecting price to go well above this high at, well, 99.72. In fact, we're expecting it to go well above that, and we can just draw our fibs, and we're looking at price going to about 1.17. So we're looking at a huge upsurge in the dollar franc. And even if we just take a measurement of equality, even if this is a wave A and not a wave 1, we take a measure of equality. This is 2,900 pips, and if we measure it from here at 88, we would see a 2,900 pip would be in the region of, well, yep, that's 1.17. That pretty much is the same target on whichever way you look at it. So it does check a lot of the boxes and on what we look for in a trade setup, and this is almost a picture perfect one. And the fact that we still have an opportunity literally a month and a half after we pointed it out to our members is quite incredible. And so that's how the market works. Can't really force it. We take what we get, and we're expecting, remember, the correction could be complete here at 89.08, or we could have one more low. And let's look at the hourly chart. That since this high at 91 or so, what was 90.80, was it? Okay, 90.80. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a three-wave structure in wave B. So this is A, this is B, and then we have what could be another ending diagonal forming, right? As we have wave 1, this is a three-wave structure. Wave 1 down, wave 2 up. Now I know this is in the same bar on the hourly, but I checked, and on the 15-minute chart, this wave low does occur first, and then the later high in wave 2. And then we have some choppy price action to wave 3, fits well as a three-wave move. Further choppy price action in wave 4, and we could be in for a fifth low below 89.39, and which should not go below, let's say, 89.05. Let's call it 89 even. So if you need to be conservative, you could put your stop at 89, which is about 78 pips at the moment, or you could, if you want to be doubly safe, put it at 88 or 87.95, because your risk reward, as I mentioned, is quite phenomenal. We're looking at price ultimately going up to the 1.17 handle. So it really does look like an excellent trade setup, and one that really doesn't occur very often. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.